Action. There's my new microphone. Alright. Look at me. Alright, okay, as promised, a little story. We're going outside. I'm going to tell you about this little fella here, my dog, Duke, my dead dog. Right? We got him as a kind of a stray kind of thing. Someone handed them to us as a puppy, right? Excuse the sound, just leaving YouTube on in the background while let's just turn the sound down a bit, like my first story about Duke, right? Well, no, I've told the story, haven't I? I told Duke, number one on a dog. He liked to be called Dog. He didn't even like his name, you know what I mean? He was like, don't call me Duke, call me Dog, you know what I mean? He didn't like the name Duke. I think it's because it's like, no, the Duke of Edinburgh or whatever. Like it. Anyway, going outside here, right? And here's my story, right? Duke was a Birkenhead dog. This is Birkenhead, right? Look around here, see all these streets. Every corner. See those corners, like? There's not a corner in sight around here, mate. There's not a corner in sight that dog probably didn't piss on, right? You know, Marcus's territory, like, right? And yeah, we used to, you know, back in the day, you could leave dogs off the lead, you know what I mean, and let them wander and that, like. We used to just let him out. He was mad. He was quite wild, right? But here's the mad thing, right? Every corner around here, mate, you look around, all these streets, he had wandered around everywhere, right? He knew every street. He was a Birkenhead dog, right? He was a Birkenhead dog. That's Tranmere Rovers over there, by the way. That's Tranmere Rovers. Oh. Anyway, back to the point. Back to the point. You hear all the dogs barking, like Duke, story about Duke. Right. Well, anyway, I used to come back from me round here, right? I was used to coming back from, you know, if I've been a long way, or had friends getting stoned, or at girlfriends or whatever, and I come back into Birkenhead, and the train station's up there, right? See the train station, there it is, there, Park Station it's called. You want to check it on Google Maps and that, like. That's the station there, that's the roof there, see there, that's the roof of it there, right? So coming from the station, you'd walk along this road here, right? You'd walk along this road and get a bit back into downtown, what we call, this is actually downtown Birkenhead. Didn't I zoom that right back? Right, this is what we call downtown Birkenhead, right? Now you come from the station up there, right? Along that road. Right, and if you picture the scene, I'd get around here like sort of about there, from walking up, getting off a train up there, right. You've got to excuse the, you know, going out of focus and that because these stupid nets, we're not allowed to feed the pigeons, like, you know, ruins everything, doesn't it, you know what I mean, focusing and stuff. But anyway, I'd get about down there by the shop, right, and if Duke was in the area, you know, like Duke was out and about wandering, and it could be late at night after 12 o'clock or whatever, because it was safe, you know, because the people were safe, like, all the people would be safe. And I'd get from down there on that corner, right, and he'd usually appear, he'd see me, like, you know, he'd be out, right, and his usual routine is he'd run up to you and jump on your pants, you know, like when a dog jumps on you on purpose to make your pants dirty or something, like, he'd do that to you on purpose to wind you up and stuff like that, right? That was his usual routine. He'd just run up to you and jump on you kind of thing. You'd be like, get off, no, because I come from a world where I had to make a pair of jeans last a week or a month or something, right? Right. But anyway, he'd come up to me there and greet me there, about there on that, you know, about this crossroads here, right? And he'd be like, you know, wagging his tail, jumping on me. And anyway, he come up to me one night. It was about after 12 o'clock in the evening, right? In the night, 12 o'clock AM. Right? And he come up to me on the corner of the shop, and he was like wagging his tail, he'd say. And he wasn't jumping on me or nothing. I was thinking, wow, what's he up to? Like, what's he doing? Like, he didn't jump on me, and I was thinking, wow. And he's like, I could read his mind kind of thing. Yeah, we used to talk, and he sort of like, Bruce, look at this, man. Look at my latest party piece, right? Now, you see here, like, this corner, right? And then you look there, you see this corner here? See that wall there? See that wall? He jumped up over that wall there, right? Into that garden there, right? Without... See this row of houses? No, without training, no one trained him. He was like, he did his own things, you get me? This is why he was so weird. He's a mad dog, do you understand? He was a mad Birkenhead dog, he was crazy, right? Crazy dog, you know what I mean? He was a crazy dog. But anyway, he comes up to me and he climbs over that wall first, right? The first wall, right? And then look at all these fences. I've got to like zoom in so you can see, look. Fence there. Fence there. See the way there's trees in the way now? Fence there, right? Fence. 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 And then we get to another end there, there's a wall, right? Just the same as that end there. Right, you see all them fences? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 fences there, right? Right. 8 fences, right? 8 fences. He jumped over all of them, you know, like when you see horses, oh man, you know when you see like people doing, what's it called, the relay? What's it called? Hurdles, you know when they do hurdles, athletes do hurdles, they jump over hurdles. Or, you know, you see a horse going over the fences in the Grand National. And he jumped over every single fence, man. He ran like a rocket. And he somehow cleared every fence, just went over every single one of them fences, yeah. And then came back, like, you know what I mean? As if to say, what do you think? He came up to me, I was standing there. I was standing there in disbelief, you know, I was still standing there, like, do you know what I mean? Thinking, I was like, oh my word, he just jumped over them fences like a horse in a horse race or something, you know what I mean, right? And then I thought, wow, that's got to be a one-off. You know, I thought it was just a one-off, do you know what I mean? I thought it was just a chance thing. Because he was mad, he used to like running a lot and things, you know what I mean? He was kind of like a nuclear reactor in a dog's body, you know what I mean? It's the only way I can describe it, like. That's why I call him Duke the Nuke, right? Duke the Nuke, he was a nuclear reactor on 4 legs, right? But anyway, months later, I came to New Year's Eve and I was with 2 of my friends, you know, when you go walk around the block to let the new year in. This is when we still lived in Birkenhead years ago, right? And we walked around the block, you know, to do our New Year's thing. And we got to this corner, we came around here, like, you know, we walked along there and we were walking around there, like that kind of thing. We got to there, next thing, Duke appeared. And I was with 2 lads, you know, 2 witnesses, you know, 2 friends of mine, because we were just doing the New Year's Eve thing. And Duke appears out of nowhere, comes up to us, like, and I was like, wow, look, there's Duke, man, you know, the way he did, like, you know what I mean? And I patted the wall, I said to the 2 lads, oh man, because no one believed me, no one actually believed me that he was jumping the fences, do you know what I mean? Right. And I went, oh man, let's see if he jumps the fences again for us, man, right? So I just went up to that wall there, and patted the wall there. I just patted the top of that wall there and went, go ahead, Duke. Right. And I went, go ahead, Duke, go ahead. You know, I just sort of encouraged them as if to say, please show these people that I wasn't imagining things, you know what I mean? Next thing, he just flies off over the fences. And he does it again, man, you know what I mean? So the 2 lads actually seen him do it and they were like, oh my word, I've never seen that in my life before. Why would a dog do that, man? It's got to be like a horse, hasn't he, or something, you know what I mean? Like a horse and a dog. But yeah, man, that's a story, man. Have you ever... I bet you've never seen a dog do that. These seagulls are flying low, aren't they? You see that? Look at the length of it. 8 fences. There's a wall at the end as well, so it's 10 fences. 10 fences in total, man. 10 fences, right? And he jumped over it. And obviously he was doing that a lot when no one was watching, you know what I mean? It was like his... I don't know, he must have been practicing it like or something. Then my sister ended up seeing him doing it, and other people were going, wow, seeing Duke jumping over the fences there, it was nuts, man, you know what I mean? I was like, come on, when have you ever seen a dog do something like that, right? So anyway, that's one story. I mean, every time I look off this veranda, I just look at them fences and go, there's Duke's little Grand National course there, mate. Well, you see the way the trees block it and everything now, because, like, it'd be impossible, wouldn't it, to train a dog to do it, like, do you know what I mean? There used to be old houses there, where all them gardens are. There used to be houses right up to the edge of the pavement, you know what I mean? Old terraced houses, and they all got knocked down in the 70s and that, like when we were kids. We used to go in there and, you know, there'd be pianos and things all smashed up and stuff, you know. But yeah, that was like Duke's Zone to me. Like, that's Duke's, like, Grand National course, you get me? Every time I look down, I just go, Duke, the Birkenhead dog. Don't forget, man, you know. You show me a dog, another dog that's ever done something like that, mate. Untrained, no one told him to do it. Don't even know what he was thinking of, you know what I mean? But anyway, I'm getting off. Hope you found that quite interesting. Every time I look down there, I always think, Duke's fences, you know, just tell the YouTube viewers how what a legend of a dog he is. Alright, I'm getting off. Thanks for watching. I've got something else coming up later, actually, another little speech. Thanks for watching. Speak to you later. Oh, I don't want a copyright strike.